Hey everyone, it's me again, Anya, and I'm very happy to see that a lot of you guys seem to have watched and enjoyed the last video that I made about the whole Drake and Goth Girl situation. I hope at least it got people thinking about the topic and making their own opinions. But I don't want to just make this channel about me speaking about things that I dislike a lot or people whose actions I dislike more specifically. Like, sure, I'm sure I'll do it in the future again, and I have in the past. But this channel is about me, and I want it to be about all parts of me and all of my thoughts and opinions and hobbies. So I thought I would contrast that video with a less serious video now about something that I really like. If you notice, in the background, the shelf where I keep my vinyl records is currently empty. And that's because I have them all right next to me, and I wanted to show them to you all. So I'll be showing you my vinyl collection. But before that, where do these records come from? Most of them come from my home in Mexico, because that's where I used to collect them more, because I lived there most of my life. And it wasn't until recently, about a month ago, when my parents visited, that I asked them to bring the ones that I like the most so that I can also keep them here in Germany. Um, but I still have some more left at home, so in total, this is about maybe 80% of my collection currently. But now that I have a job, I've looked around Hamburg and have found some really good record stores. So slowly I'm starting to build more of a collection again. So I'm very excited about that. And just yesterday, I bought a vinyl player with my roommate. So we're very excited. We're going to set it up today. And I'm so excited about it because I can finally listen to my records again after so long. So I'm going to show them to you. But of course, you guys know I'm a huge Beatles fan, so I thought I would first get the Beatle records first, get them over with, and talk about them, and then I can talk about the other ones. So we're gonna start in order of release. Help by the Beatles. There, yeah, 1965. I really like this record, and if you've seen my Beatles album tier list, you will know that this is my favorite Beatlemania album. Like, they're more poppy love song records. I like the movie that it's the soundtrack of. I just really like this album quite a lot. And I can't. This one I have actually never heard on any turntable, so I'm so excited about that. Um, I do recommend it if you are willing to maybe look into the whole Beatles thing, but it's not. I don't think it has some of their most well-known songs. Album number 2, Rubber Soul by the Beatles again. A really cool cover. Here's the back cover. I I hope it's not reflecting too much because I have these like plastic covers on so that to protect them from dust and all that. That's the back cover. Really nice. This one I really like, and again, if you want to hear more of my thoughts about all of these Beatle albums, you can go check out my Beatle album tier list, and which goes on for like 20 minutes. So if you like hearing me talk, go there. But yeah, I can recommend this album. Not one of my favorites, but really good still, and an absolute joy to listen on vinyl because it's not even that long. It's like 35 minutes, so short and sweet. But again, not some of their most well-known songs. Album number 3, Revolver by the Beatles. Nice. Beautiful cover, gorgeous cover. I mean, look at this. Look at all the stuff going on here. You know? It's so like not psychedelic, but it reminds me a lot of like mixed media, which I really like. Uh and it's just so pretty. I mean, part of it's drawn and part of it are just pictures of the Beatles, which is so cool. I mean, it really fits the mood of the music. And I love it. Back cover. The boys in sunglasses indoors. Wow, what badasses they are. This is an album that I can really recommend you to listen to. It is, again, an absolute joy to listen on vinyl because it's one record. It's not that long. It's all over the place, but in the best way possible. A banger. It sounds so good, and I love it so much. I can recommend Revolver. Next up, of course, if you know the order in which the Beatles released their albums, we have Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. One of my favorite records ever. This is one of the Beatle records I listen to the most, if not the most. And in the back, it actually has the lyrics printed out, which is really cool. Look at them. Again, a gorgeous album cover, so colorful. I mean, like, just look at these two, man. Look at the contrast. And these came out like a year after each other. It's so cool. And I love it so much. Love every single song on this album. And the inside cover, it's actually a gatefold. And you can see the guys here. They look like, I don't know, they look like they're just such charming looks. Like they're just about to tell you that they love you and that they are so thankful that you listen to their music. Next up, again, more Beatles stuff. We have Magical Mystery Tour, also from 1967. This is interesting. I mean, again, I think this is the most underrated Beatles album ever, and it took me so long to get it, considering that it has some of my favorite Beatles songs in this record. For example, I Am the Walrus. For example, Strawberry Fields Forever, Hello Goodbye, Penny Lane. Not too much to see inside. Back cover, cool picture. I love the film that this comes with, but probably the most cool thing about this record is that it includes like a like kind of picture book. 24, yeah, a 24 page full color picture book, and it's so cool because it's just so much content what you get for one album. And again, maybe if you don't know a lot about the Beatles, maybe don't get started with this, but I love it so much. Up next, wow, it's the White Album. I wonder why they call it that. This is two records. I think it is their first double album. Inside, pictures of them. Very well known pictures of them actually. What the fuck? There you go. Back cover, absolutely nothing. What a statement from them. Again, this is one of the best albums they made, and some people think it's the best. I can understand why, if you think so. I love listening to this album. It is one of the most, like, miscellaneous records. It's all over the place, but in the best way possible. Absolutely recommend it. Of course, if you know about the Beatles, what comes after the White Album? Of course, Abbey Road. I absolutely adore this album to death, and it is my favorite Beatles album, and it is one of my favorite albums like ever. It's just so good, front to back. This is the album you should probably start with because it has some of their most well-known songs. You know, Here Comes the Sun is in this. I mean, that already tells you a lot. Come Together is here. Back cover, really cool. And I mean, the front cover speaks for itself. You've seen this so many times. Even if you're not a Beatles fan, it is one of the most recreated images ever. Absolutely golden record, my favorite. Go listen to Abbey Road by the Beatles if you haven't. My bank's got a little messed up. And of course, rounding out the Beatles albums, I have Let It Be. Not the best they made, but it's definitely got some bangers. It's very different from everything else, and a product of its time. I will say that. Go listen to this. You probably know the song Let It Be. Go watch the movie. Go watch the documentary. Lots of Beatle media associated with this record, and I love it so much. Yeah. So that rounds out the Beatles section of this video, and now I have a few more that I want to show you that are not from the Beatles. Well, kind of. Let's start with George Harrison, my favorite Beatle, and my favorite album from him, of course, is All Things Must Pass. I love this album. It's a triple album. That means it has 3 like vinyl records inside here. Nothing on the back, but it's really cool. One of my favorite albums ever. Again, I love George Harrison. I love the Beatles. So that album is really just a must for me. Every song hits really hard for me. I love it so much. I guess while we're still in the Beatle-esque sphere, my favorite Paul McCartney album, Ram. This album is really good. I absolutely recommend it. It has a very like indie pop sound, I guess is what we would call it today. And a lot of hidden gems here. For sure, some of the best music that any Beatle made after the Beatles broke up. Love Ram. Go listen to Ram. Okay. We have... Ooh, this is a really nice one. You've probably seen this before. Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Mm, I'm trying to get the thumbnail photo in case you couldn't tell. Like, that's pretty good. Um, I mean, this album is so famous. This cover is so famous. Everyone knows Stevie Nicks, and it's just one of the best sounding records. This is like 1970s, peak 1970s, peak Fleetwood Mac, peak pop rock, I would say. Lots of very emotional songs. Again, if you are looking to start listening to Fleetwood Mac, this is literally where everyone goes, and for a good reason. It's a fantastic album, front to back. Emotional songs, well made songs, they sound so beautiful. Everyone here is so talented, and I love Fleetwood Mac as well. Next up, we got ABBA. This is my favorite album by ABBA. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's probably French. But it's got a lot of like disco influence, but also a lot of rock influence, and some of their best well-known songs, like the title track, like Angel Eyes, which is my favorite ABBA song ever. Also Chiquitita. Also, I think I Have a Dream. You probably know that one. And a single that came from this album is, of course, Gimme Gimme Gimme. And that's probably one of my favorite songs by them too. So I'm very happy that I found this, and I'm a very happy owner of that ABBA record. Up next, and I posed for a thumbnail with this one, Simon and Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Water, my favorite album by them. I used to listen to them a lot more before, but not a lot in recent times. I don't know why, but it's fine. I mean, I can always go back and listen to them, and I really enjoy this album. I feel like it's very well made overall. Like, these are really timeless songs. It deserves all the praise it's gotten, and of course, a great place to start if you're listening to Simon and Garfunkel, I would say. Next up, we got Arctic Monkeys, and I think the most like recently made album in my collection that I have here. Actually, no, that's not true. 2009 Humbug by Arctic Monkeys, my favorite album by them. Really nice. I think a lot of songs in here are so underrated, like My Propeller. Secret Door is great. Potion Approaching is great. Pretty Visitors. I mean, I absolutely love this album. It is the first album by Arctic Monkeys that I own on vinyl, so which means I also haven't really listened to it ever on a turntable. So I'm so excited for that. Up next, we have Led Zeppelin. Fourth album, untitled, but everyone just calls it Led Zeppelin 4. It's a really cool album for sure. This is a gatefold, but I don't want to take it out of the bag. Most well-known songs here: Black Dog, Rock and Roll, and of course Stairway to Heaven. A banger for sure. Early 70s hard rock. Best place to start if you're wondering about Led Zeppelin. And I love it. Absolutely. Next up we got Abraxas, I don't know how to pronounce that, by Santana. This album means a lot to me actually, because one of the songs in here called Samba Pati, that was the first song I ever learned on the guitar, so it means a lot to me, and it's got other well-known songs like Oye Como Va, Black Magic Woman, etc. Go listen to it. I love Santana. Really nice worldish music for sure. Another well-known album, of course, you know this album. It's Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. The only Pink Floyd album that I own on vinyl currently, but I really want to get Wish You Were Here and Animals. Absolutely timeless classic. This album sounds so beautiful still. Lots of iconic songs here inside of the album. What's not to like? You've heard Time, you've heard Money, you've heard Brain Damage probably. You've certainly heard The Great Gig in the Sky, because that got really popular on TikTok a couple years ago. And I actually went to like the planetarium in Hamburg. They had this like showing of like star projections and such while playing this album. It was fantastic. I love this album so much. David Gilmour is probably the guitarist that I take the most inspiration from. Like, when I was learning the guitar, I really kind of looked up to him as an inspiration. So Pink Floyd is very important to me in my life. And I mean, they've never quite topped the Beatles, but they've been up there, at least in my top 5. I do like Pink Floyd quite a lot. And the last album that I have here, and the most recent album, 2013, Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. I love this album so much. I mean, it's a banger. The, I don't really know what my favorite Daft Punk album is. It usually hops between this and Discovery, but I think this is a better one to own on vinyl. It is a double album, which is quite surprising. Here is the inside, and then the back is like the track list. But it is one of my favorite albums ever. I love Giorgio by Moroder. I love Instant Crush. I love Lose Yourself to Dance, Touch, Get Lucky, Beyond. So many bangers, such a beautiful record. And it won a Grammy 10 years ago. You probably know Get Lucky, the single. And it's a fantastic album. And that was my collection so far. And I'm very happy that if you stuck around so long, thank you so much for watching. I mean, I really hope to grow my collection more now that I have money. And now that I have found record stores and flea markets where I can buy these used records for pretty cheap. Germany has a lot of records just in circulation. So I'm very excited to get more of these beautiful vinyls and to test them out on my new record player, which I can actually show you right now. That's right, we're going to my window. Look at that. I bought this like yesterday, and it sounds so pretty. I mean, I haven't actually wired it up to any like stereo system, but the record itself is really high quality and it's automatic. I've never had an automatic vinyl player, so I am very excited about this, and I can't wait to try it out, and I can't wait to listen to all my records in the living room. So I will update you guys on how that goes. But for now, these are the records that I have with me here in Hamburg. I'm being very grateful for my parents that brought most of them here. And of course, I've started buying them myself as well. And I'm very excited. I love vinyl records, I love music, and maybe this helps you have an idea of like my music taste. But then again, I am extremely biased towards the Beatles. But that's about it. I think I've yapped on for too long. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.